Hello. So I was recommended this video from from a very talented writer. He has asked me to review this video in all of its entirety. I would be accompanied by two of my cohorts, Kevin and Wilson. However, they refused to take part in reviewing this video, so it's just gonna be me reviewing it, and yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. I also decided to pick a very, not a very, but like a relatively isolated area. Just so that I can give it my full attention. But yeah, we are reviewing this video called about to come, the rise and fall of Dreamybull, by Dreamybull Weekly News. So I do know some. By the way, I do not like this thumbnail at all. That's just a pointer that I have. It was made 2024. I don't know how they have the identifier as about to come. That's not a person, but okay. It was updated by Manatee. By the way, this is Internet Archive, so shout out to Internet Archives because I do use a lot of their books and resources when I do have to do student projects. Like I was able to have the full annotated Bible for an entire class, and it was beautiful, and I had like no problems with it. So big shout out to Internet Archive for, I guess, hosting this video along with a lot of other books. There are no reviews, so you know, maybe at the end of this we can give this video a review. It has 3,000 views, one favorite. So starting off, I would like first impressions. I think that this video is going to be about internet trolling. I think that's a big that's kind of like a big component with I feel Pharrell Brown. By the way, that's his name. It isn't going to, what it isn't going to do is it's not going to bring up who is it? Michael Willis, I believe. I I forgot his name. Hold on. Yeah, Michael Willis heard. Yeah, it's not going to bring up the death of Michael Willis, which Michael Willis heard. Which, if you haven't heard, he apparently passed away. I believe around a week ago. Which that's very devastating. I do know that Perel and Michael have had a interview before his passing. However, yeah, no, it's not gonna really bring that up. But yeah, no, I do know a little bit about Pharrell Brown. And his life currently I believe is pretty good. He's a fantastic saxophone player. Um, and I do know that he has a good family. And probably just like a good life. I think that it's not as big as some people like I forgot Haley. I forgot who the Hawk Tuah girl is called, but I don't think that he's been able to convert his infamousy, as you can see by this video, into like a huge thing where you can like make scam coins, I guess. But you know, I do think that there is a following, and he has had collaborations with streamers like iShowSpeed, I believe. So yeah, I kind of want to see what this person has in mind. I hope that it's going to be very respectful to Pharrell Brown and to what he's doing. Um, and yeah, I think I can give some pointers. And because I feel like I've been on the internet for a while, I think I can give some insight into kind of how and why everything has happened to him. Um, but yeah, no. I also think that the at the end of the day, the video is going to be about just being a good person. I think that a lot of the internet, not not a lot of generosity. I think you need a lot of generosity in the world. So I think that's going to be the main subject. We can kind of see his feet here, which I don't. Once again, don't like this thumbnail, but let's go. Oh wait, hold on. I should review this. The following video contains graphic content that some viewers may find disturbing. Reader discretion is advised. Um, if we do see that, we're gonna just skip past that. All right. Hopefully it gives some timestamp or something, but I can assure you we're not gonna see that. All right.
Memes are arguably the most integral part of the modern internet. The dancing baby meme in 1996 is
Never.
considered by many to have been the first meme to have ever circulated online.
What's interesting is that the
That's
dancing
really.
baby, which became
Who is this guy? No, I'm not questioning.
was actually a sample file.
Ever since then, they've been evolving
Probably
from
by
simplistic
Microsoft.
and often downright dad jokes to 4chan dank one-liners and more recently, the ironic and absurd ones.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna.
One odd
I remember that one. That was that was a pretty good
meme
one.
that's making its rounds on the internet has often been weaponized in several online interactions that many of you may be familiar with, of a man pleasuring himself in a car.
Mhm. Mhm.
Meet Burrell Laquarius Brown.
Aquarius is a Aquarius is a fucking that's a middle name, all right. That is in fact a middle name. There he goes playing the saxophone. So you know that I wasn't lying about that part. He is Jack. Look at that. He is. He's built. Ooh, he also went to jail a couple of times. Looks like 4 times. That's kind of crazy. Also, it's labeled the rise and fall of Dreamybull. I don't think that there's a fall. I don't think that Perel really fell down. So I don't think that this documentary is that accurate. Also, official. I don't know how this is an official documentary. From what I know, I don't think that Perel has had any interactions with the people who have made this documentary, so I don't really know how credible this is. From what I can tell, it's probably this was probably just made by one person, but I'll digress. All right, chapter one backstory.
Win the electoral college.
You guys know who this person is?
That is very inappropriate to do in an open situation. By the way, this is some Discord behavior. This is actually abhorrent. You shouldn't do this ever. This is
Burrell Brown.
I don't know I don't know how you could have the courage to do that ever, just ever in your life. But whatever.
Better known as Dreamybull XXX, was born on a cloudy February day in 1992 in Salisbury, North Carolina. He grew up in a relatively well-off household with strong Christian values, and always kept his
Oh my!
family close.
I don't want to be a hater, but
Relatively well-off
look,
household with strong
they didn't have to get a picture of my boy like this. Come on now.
Christian values.
Who tie in the suspend? That's crazy.
He always kept his
That's
family
actually
close to
crazy.
him,
All right.
as seen as a stint as a youth pastor at his church. In his free time, he enjoys playing the saxophone, which he has been doing for many years since he was in school. Is considered to be a
That was like a low taper fade they had. Okay, who said that? Who who said that? Who's the cameraman? Who said that? What the heck?
despite having
You can't say that. The people featured in this video are just horrible. That's actually great. First, you had the guy showing off a very inappropriate video, and then second, you have that man's. That's horrible.
A college degree, Harrell picked a life of
Bachelor's of Science. I have to respect it as someone trying to do an art, a science major as well.
crime instead of a straightforward one.
Hmm.
On the 2nd of December, 2009, Brown was charged with financial card fraud, a Class 2 misdemeanor. He was convicted the following year and given probation and a suspended sentence. Despite
Oh
this,
wow.
he didn't learn his lesson and was once again arrested in November 2011 on a larceny charge and was subsequently sentenced to community service.
That's not that bad.
Having been forced to jump from job to job,
He worked at Microsoft. Wait, how do you go from like a Christian job? I'm assuming as being like a not a pastor, but like a saxophone player to working at Microsoft to going to Biscuitville. How does one make that leap? Like, was he fired from Microsoft?
financial stability seemed to get more and more unachievable for Brown. For a while, though, things were finally starting to look up for him as he began working at a local fast food chain, and he even managed to stay out of trouble for a while.
Once again, how is Biscuitville better than Microsoft? How much was he getting paid when he was at
But
Microsoft?
this changed in 2014.
All right, I'm looking at it, like around 2009. He made 10. Oh, that's not that much. Wait, Dreamybull, also known as Burrell Loquarius Brown, is reported to make 10,000 a year. That's not what I wanted. However, there's no specific available regarding his earnings while working at Microsoft. So, once again, I don't. How much do you make while working at Microsoft? You know what? Maybe I shouldn't use Bing because they're obviously going to be fucking biased. Maybe I should use Google. Probably ashamed of how little they're actually paying their employees. If he was a software engineer, then he'd make 100 to. I don't know what he was. I don't know what position he was. Married to. Why is female censored? Why is. The online personality Dreamybull does not have any public record of working at Microsoft. The name is a confusion with Daniel Stoneman, a software engineer who has worked at Microsoft. Are you saying that this? I think that this. What? This documentary just got a fact wrong. That he never worked at Microsoft. Yeah, no, he never worked at Microsoft. This is not an official. This is not an official documentary. Perel never reached out to these people. I don't think you can call this a proper documentary, especially if it got a fact wrong and it hasn't reached out to the person who this documentary is about. No one who is close to Pharrell has had any interaction with this video. This isn't an official source of information. Dreamybull Weekly News is. Frankly, I'm disappointed in this video.
Job to job,
You
financial stability
like.
seemed to get more and more
Alrighty, at the 2-minute mark,
For a while,
I'm
though,
just not trusting the
things were
source.
finally starting to look up for him as he began working at a local fast food chain, and he even managed to stay out of trouble for a while. But this changed in 2014. According to WBTV, a local news outlet, Harrell, who was a youth pastor at the time, was arrested
Oh, he was a pastor. Alright.
in October 2014 for stealing a phone from his local rent-a-center. He dashed out of the store, giving them all his information, and got arrested when he tried to return it. The outcome of this case, however, remains unknown.
Wait, you say that?
Arrested when he tried to return it. The outcome of this case, however, remains unknown.
It's probably let off with a warning out. I don't know. That's what I would assume.
One
Yeah, kind
week
of crazy to do
in,
that
but he
while
learned
being
his
a youth
lesson after
pastor.
being arrested not once, not twice, but thrice. But this was far from
Well,
the truth.
like as a Christian man, I'd assume you would just try not to steal and do bad things, but all right. Times are tough.
In the early hours of the 11th of October 2014, less than a week after the phone incident, he was arrested and charged with
I mean,
felony
less than a,
larceny by an
am I? I have to be stupid because that's not less than a week.
week after the phone incident.
Because that's 2011. That's the offense
He
date,
was arrested and charged with
and this is 2014. Am I? I don't know if I'm stupid or if this documentary is just simply getting information wrong. It looks like the information is just.
over
Oh
2014,
wait, no,
less
no,
than
no,
a
no, no.
week after
Yeah,
the phone incident.
I don't.
He was arrested and charged with felony larceny by an employee after having
You guys are have to gonna give me some information because I don't know if I'm getting information wrong, but it looks like
been
the
accused of
documentary is just
stealing $200 from his job at
not well
Biscuitville, a fast food chain
produced.
in North. Carolina. This time, however, the judicial system wasn't letting him off easy. After pleading guilty the following month, he was charged to a maximum of 17 months in prison, but was released after serving a little under 6 months. Crimes like this only rarely warrant prison or jail time, but in Brown's case, his history with similar crimes resulted in such a sentence. Following from his release from jail, Brown struggled to find any employment because of his extensive criminal record. He was arrested on another felony charge in January 2019 and convicted the following year. At this point, one caught rightfully assumed that this man was a serial thief, lacking any remorse or self-awareness. In 2019, after years of being unemployed, he tried selling homemade jewelry under the company name Flyco Jewelry, but this was a massive failure. After this, he created his own tech startup called Nerd Tech Global that specialized in fixing broken pieces of technology, such as broken screens, computer hardware, and so on. This
Okay.
endeavor, too, was a failure, and the COVID pandemic in 2020 was the final.
I wonder if it's just a failure because of like the region that he was in, or if it was just a failure because I don't know. I'm interested because it might have just been marketing, but like all these business ventures, they seem sound, but they just I don't know. I guess they just didn't pan out. Uh, Reality had another image for Brown.
nail in the coffin, which led to Brown finally closing the business down. It was at this point when he resorted to
Well, like I'm gonna be honest. If I was paralyzed, that's what I would have did. Frankly, I would try and start like a business where you just like fix gadgets. But once again, it might have been the region, or it might have been lack of marketing. You
a
never know.
career in sex work, which seemed to be a lucrative gig
Okay,
that lets you work
you,
from home.
I feel like that could have been blurred more, but the rise of Dreamybull. All right,
Initially,
let's see it.
Brown made content with his wife under the screen names Rel the Bull and Snow Bunny Ivory. Respectfully, the couple posted videos of them having intercourse, oral sex, and even other fringe videos that cannot be mentioned
Yeah, I know what that
here.
is. I know what's going on. You don't have to include the sounds. They did
Because
not
of
have
this
to.
not gaining any traction and several people body shaping his wife,
Well, once again, that's very rude, and I feel like if you have an opinion, you should keep it to yourself. Um, just very disrespectful, dude. Your wife is a fat ass pig. That's why. No, well, you can't say that. You shouldn't say that online. 4 likes, those likes are demons. They're they're little imps. That's you can't say that online, dude. Like Like sometimes I look at the state of the internet and I'm just disappointed. Um, but obviously these all happened.
Because of
Hold
this
on.
not gaining any
These
traction with
all
several
happened
people,
on Twitter. No. Of course, Reddit, Arby's roast beef. You know, give give the wife some credit. Arby's sandwiches look like shit. um, yeah, and like that shit looks like the inside of an alien's net. Like you can't say that. And is that Pharrell himself, or is that just like him? Because these two, Pharrell and this image look the exact same. So I don't know. This might be a Pharrell supporter. Um, I think that when they originally made this content, the people who were bashing on his wife probably just wanted to see more content of Pharrell. So
body shaping his wife, he decided to go solo and make homoerotic content under the screen name Dreamybull XXX.
and of course he got more traction through that means. So I think that people just liked Pharrell and didn't like his wife, which I think that's a little mean. I think that's rude. Um, but you know, people's is opinions, I suppose. But yeah,
The origins of the meme are heavily disputed, but
no, me trying to catch snowflakes on my tongue as a kid.
it can be traced back to Dreamybull
What? What? It?
X. The origins of the meme are heavily disputed, but it can be traced back
Okay. Okay.
to
That's,
Dreamybull's
that's
time on the popular campsite Chatterbait, where he went live while his fans watched and occasionally sent donations via the app.
Thank you, Steven. Also, thank you for that censor bar.
Because of his
Didn't want
extravagant
to see
and
this.
sometimes funny orgasms and performance style,
Uh-huh. Okay. A censor bar should have been added there.
memes like this one
Brown drowning in... Wait, Pharrell Brown dies in drowning incident in the sea. Very emotional to must watch. Yeah, these are creative. They're very funny.
pops up every now and then, but nowhere close to the popularity today. But that changed when Dreamybull posted this video on his Twitter on the 21st of July 2021.
It's crazy how much things how far you can go on Twitter. Like
He
like
yells the phrase, "I'm about to come," while pleasuring himself in his car.
okay, we need to add it. That should have been in a
It was
censor bar.
abbreviated as "I'm about to come," and used as his slogan for the millions of memes that were to follow. Other popular phrases extracted from these videos include "I'm bussing" and
By the way, I have to appreciate this like background. I cannot find good presentation backgrounds ever. So finding this like little papyrus background, excuse me. I think is really good. I have to give prompts to the editor.
"About to nut," "Oh my god," and "I'm about
Also the font. It looks really nice. I have to give it to I have to give it to yeah
to
yeah.
blow," that were abbreviated into
Weekly
"I'm
News.
bussing," "I'm about to nut," "Oh my god," and "I'm about to blow."
Oh my god.
Respectively, many of which were used as names of people close to Dreamy in the meme lore. These memes
Yes,
were especially
I do
popular on Discord servers.
Which is why the creator of Kevin Kraft has decided to give me this video to review. Okay.
The popular "I'm about to come" snippet and other clips of Dreamybull were incorporated into memes of unusual and tragic situations.
So that was actually trash. That whatever meme that was actually just horrible.
And the likes of the FBI storming into his house and accidentally shooting him dead, car accidents, and other awful tragedies.
This is a good edit. Oh. I have actually watched the original like meme of this like video. It's like what is it? I think it's like a British PSA where where a guy is just distracted while driving, and then the car just crushes these children. It's
sometimes comparing
I know that the meme is funny, but the original PSA is like obviously don't be distracted while driving, but
Batu Khan
it's
to
really
the
fun.
notorious Mongol warlord Batu Khan.
Never heard of Batu Khan a day in my life, but yeah, okay, censor that. Rest in peace, Batu Khan. Yep.
These memes
Actually, I don't know how good of a person Batu Khan was. Let me look it up. Actually, let me just look up. Was Batu Khan a good person? Whether Batu Khan was a good person is a complex question, as his character was defined by contradictory traits. He was considered kind to his people, but was ruthless in war, and he was a shrewd statesman who implemented policies beneficial to trade and religious tolerance within his realm. While he was a capable leader and organizer who established a strong empire and protected the Silk Road, he was also a brutal conqueror who led devastating military campaigns, resulting in the slaughter and enslavement of countless people, partially in Russia. He was fine, I guess. I mean, as long as he didn't like, do like killing is bad, but I can think of things that are a lot worse. So as long as he just conquered things, that's fine, I guess.
circulated all over Discord, Twitter,
Military
and
wise,
occasionally.
wait what?
These memes circulated all over Discord, Twitter, and occasionally YouTube and TikTok.
Mhm.
Over time, Dreamybull was encompassed into the hood irony meme culture.
Oh, but irony is a genre of ironic memes in which creators make mock gangsta imagery and jokes using slang and memes related to Black American culture. The genre is this on Wikipedia? No, no way. What was it? Hood irony? No, what? No. Yeah, no, that shit is not on. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Look at my pickaxe. It's kick ass. This page is joke content, meaning isn't meant to be taken seriously and is purely made for fun and laughs. Chasing your own tail in the world of green screens. Last man standing level 1. Hood irony. What the fuck is this? Hood irony. Abilities green screen and ballin. Skins none. Sprint speed 90 29 26 24. That doesn't make that's a date. No, that's not even a date. What does that mean? Stamina 80 70 60. What does any of this mean? Previous creator's previous monster, Dr. Robotnik. Creators' next monster, the Wendigo. Why? Hood irony running animation. Description: when Hood Irony has been selected as the monster, everyone will gain a phone. No other items will spawn. The phone has a built-in flashlight, being weaker than a normal flashlight. but the main utility of the phone is taking photos. Taking a photo of an objective des- designated attraction spots where Hood Irony himself will make you gain one social point of which will help weaken Hood Irony when he comes near you. 1 point Hood Irony will deal 90 damage, have 80 stamina, and 29 sprint speed. 2 points Hood Irony will deal 65 damage, have 70 stamina, and 26 sprint speed. And 3 points max is Hood Irony will deal 40 damage, 60 stamina, and 24 sprint speed. What is this? What is this? Unironic moves. What? We're getting off track. We're getting off track. The genre of memes ultimately satirizes the culture, turning the signifiers into content that's avant-garde. I don't even know what that means. Nonsensical and oftentimes meaningless. Yeah, like what we saw. Reminiscent of stigmas surrounding Zoomer humor. Hood irony became prevalent on Instagram, iFunny, where uh, jokes go to die, and Reddit's is r/okbuddy, not saying the last word, subreddit in the late 2010s, spiking in 2018 and 2019 and 2022. Content labeled Hood Irony surfaced on TikTok as well, starting Hood lobotomy memes that involved green screen silhouettes, which is what we saw, YouTube's subscribe button notifications, and otherwise ironical low quality and moldy visuals. Many memes and micro trends fall under the Hood Irony umbrella, such as when you outside and you smell the Zaza about Dukam and Quandale Dingle, among others.
Like the gay
That's
pornographic
horrible.
website Thug Hunter, where white men enter ghetto hoods to search for predominantly African American thugs or gangsters to pay them for sexual intercourse.
Nigga, I don't touch none of that gay shit. You guys gotta get the fuck up out of here. It's fagging up. I'm just trying to get my.
That'd be my response as well. That's what I would have did.
I don't suck no dick.
Oh, well, he folded fast. He folded
Although these
fast.
are staged and intended only
By
for
the way, don't go to that website.
LGBTQ community, it garnered attention from several teenagers and
Also, that's a fake
intended only for the
like to dislike
LGBTQ
ratio.
community. It garnered
I'm not gonna check, but that's a fake. It has 3 million views, 100% likes, 0 dislikes. That can't be real.
attention from several teenagers and young adults that, despite being straight, found these skits humorous and made memes out of them.
Checking it out already, man. Here he goes, here he goes.
I fucking got away with this shit. Hell yeah.
Oh, what you doing in my car? Good, I got you on video stealing my car, but I ain't gonna make a phone call if you suck his dick. Alright.
Other examples of thugs in the Hood irony include Brandon Currington, a barber from Atlanta that goes by the stage name Nude Barber or Erotic Barber.
I think I saw memes about that. By the way, I think that the internet just has like a fascination of seeing weird. I don't want to say the word, but weird videos, and then kind of just like having that be the joke. Which I'm not gonna say that I've grown out of it because I still find a lot of the jokes funny, but I don't know. It's just like very immature jokes.
He too went viral in
But
2021
you know,
because
to
of
each
his
their
video
own.
where he addresses his
I
fans
still
nude
laugh at
and
these, so
asks them to tag their
whatever.
friends on his post to participate in a giveaway for his OnlyFans.
Yo, it's hump day.
Excuse me. Wait. Go
This
back.
is fans nude Erotic Barber, who too went viral in 2021 because of his video where he addresses his fans nude and asks them to tag their friends on his post to participate in a giveaway for his OnlyFans.
Yo, it's hump day. Hey, what I need you to do is tag 3 big dick ass niggas under this tweet right here. I need some more niggas to do this bust that
All right.
challenge with me. And I'm also giving away another 100 free subscriptions to my OnlyFans. Be looking out for that tweet later on today. But don't forget to tag them 3 niggas under there. If you one of them big dick niggas, tag yourself. Day. Up with your boy.
Did he say come dig?
Day.
He did. He did.
Up with your boy. New Barb.
I wonder what a haircut would look like. Like if I were to get like a fade, how good would he do? I genuinely don't know. I'm assuming he'd do a good job, but I don't know. I've never seen any of his haircuts, and I've never seen his clients.
Like Dreamybull's I'm About to Come video, this too was incorporated into several thousand memes and shared all over social media.
I'm gonna be honest. That edit has a lot of where I can't even hate on it.
Memes and shared all over social media.
Does Playboy Cardi have competition? The answer is yes. It's a pretty good song. Oh, dang. Okay, that's actually talent.
Actors that starred in the Thug Hunter films are often referred to as thugs. According to Urban Dictionary, a thug is a gay African-American man that performs acts of sexual gratification on camera. The term,
by the way, never. If you're doing an academic paper or like an official documentation like this one, never use the Urban Dictionary. It is probably the worst place that you can use to get a definition. I'll do it right now with Google. I'm just going to thug definition. A thug by Google, and probably I'm pretty sure Google goes to the Oxford Dictionary for their definitions. But a thug is a violent, aggressive person, especially one who is a criminal. In history, a member of a group or organization of robbers and assassins in India who waylaid and strangled their victims, usually travelers, and stole their belongings. They were suppressed by the British in the 1830s. This is the definition of what a thug is. And for most things, you're going to want to just look up what the Oxford Dictionary uses, or what an official definite what's it called? Dang. Dictionary. What an official dictionary uses. Yeah. This definition comes from the Oxford languages, Oxford Dictionary. Don't use the Urban Dictionary for anything. If it's an actual real word, or if it's a fake word, you can go and use it, because then that's kind of what people use as like kind of lingo. But like if you're actually doing an official documentation like this one, you shouldn't use the Urban Dictionary. I don't know. Well, I do know. That's why I said that.
often used to describe Dreamybull on the internet.
Yo, it's hump day. Oh my god.
Over time, these memes started gaining traction and getting posted to YouTube and TikTok.
In case I gets confronted by Jake Paul.
As
That is not
Twitch
Jake
memes,
Paul.
where the video would start off normally and all of a sudden switch to a video of Dreamybull touching himself or yelling.
Once again, that's crazy, and you know what? A little disrespectful. But,
Throughout
teach their
2022,
own.
these memes were watched by millions of people, and as of the production of this documentary, the hashtag I'm About to Come has a whopping 560 million views on TikTok.
That is a lot of views. I'm not gonna look it up. It's probably even more since this came out a year ago, but probably even more.
The Dreamybull tag over 320 million. Dreamybull decided to take advantage of his popularity by starting his own anal lubrication brand, which he sold on his website.
What's up, beautiful people? It is your boy.
That's kind of crazy. But I have to respect the hustle. Once again, I have to respect the hustle. I know that Perel is a good person. So, like anything to kind of capitalize on his fame just makes sense. You see it with other influencers who are kind of like 1 minute of fame people. Pretty sure the D's nuts guy did something. The 6'7" kid um, has a scam coin, the Hawk Tua coin with scamming people. I'm glad that Perel has chosen a product that actually doesn't scam people and customers of their money. I think that's very notable.
Dreamy. What's good, people? It's your boy, Dreamy. What's up, family? It's your boy, Dreamy. I want you guys to know that.
And see how he like addresses you. He calls you family. Like you've seen him. You know who he is. He's a very comforting and nice person. Something that I don't think that a lot of people do, especially 10 minute like one hit wonders. I'm not even saying that Perel is a one hit wonder. As we saw, we saw multiple of his videos. So he's definitely not a one hit wonder. He's pretty prominent, I would say. But yeah.
I am so excited to introduce my product, Dreamy's Lube. Why don't you guys do me a favor and go buy the product? We are almost sold out of our trial packages and we're getting good reviews. Please send the reviews in. Most of you guys said that the product.
And see how he's asking for people to give reviews of the product to see if it's good or if, to see if there's any problems so that he could advance that product later. With the pink sauce, I forgot who made it, but the pink sauce lady, whoever made that, she did not care. She did not care if you got sick. She did not care about anything. She just put it on the market. I'm pretty sure a lot of her bottles were got spoiled. It tasted bad. And she like I don't know. I think that she called herself a chef when she really wasn't a chef, and the product was really horrible. Perel actually wants his product to be well manufactured, and I have to respect it. I have to respect that he's taking valid criticism from purchasers and buyers, and I think I don't know how his product did, but I hope that it did very well.
Fan, you wanted a lot more.
And I'm also glad that he sold out or with his trial package, I think. So I like to see it.
More thicker than what it is. I thought I had it a little thicker, but I'm listening. Okay, so
While many may argue that garnering all this popularity, especially as an internet figure, may be valuable, however, for Dreamybull, this was not the case. These memes were initially harmless and just montages of Dreamybull pleasuring himself, along with his extravagant reaction. But as time went by, his content became more obscure.
What the? I mean, I guess that's obscure, but
On June 28, 2021, Dreamybull was permanently banned on OnlyFans in China.
really. But by the way, I don't know what they were talking about with the obscure memes. That this just looks like a regular meme, but
His content became more obscure. On June 28, 2020.
banned because in a couple of years now, the only ones that are scared are now the ones who don't know money management, financial literacy, and money management will teach you how to save for the future. That is so true. The biggest thing that you could learn in life, young adulthood, just in general, is financial literacy, and how to save money and how to manage your money, and use it effectively. So once again, I think that Pharrell is a really good person. And I think that him getting a lot of crap on the internet, I think that's really it's really unfortunate. So
One, Dreamybull was permanently banned on OnlyFans and Chatterbait due to his exotic, unpleasing content such as fisting, gaping.
I never knew that he did that kind of content, nor that kind of content. I don't know the regulations of the website that they're talking about, but I would assume that these two are probably the reasons why he got banned. Um, I don't once again I don't know the regulations. Not gonna look it up. But yeah,
urinating, and use of extremely
or at least
large
not right now.
toys. He later transferred over to Just for Fans, which is essentially OnlyFans but with less strict community guideline rules. In August
Interesting.
20th, 2021, he announced that he was going to make dirty content after finding out it was a fetish other people enjoy.
Excuse me? I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to find interest. I think I've got stuff for the clean and dirty people. Dirty low. I thought they already did that. Wait, hold on. Yeah, he already did that. So,
That he was going to make
did he just originally make that content but didn't
dirty
like it?
content after
But now he's liking it?
finding out it was
It's
a
kind of
fetish
weird.
other people enjoy. He also made
I would
videos where
touch
he put
myself to do that.
assortments of produce like grapes, eggs, zucchinis, corn on the cob, and even an apple inside him. As he
Okay. We're not. You can't show
His
that.
videos began resurfacing in 2022, along with the increasing popularity of the meme, things started to take a dark turn.
Harassment and doxing. Yeah, this is when quote unquote trolling or just being on the internet for too long goes too far. I think that this is abhorrent and you shouldn't do this to any person or at least any good person. It's just an invasion of privacy. It's horrible.
As people ended up tracing the memes to Dreamybull's social media, like his Twitter, he saw a spike in followers, however, not for the right reasons. Memes of his
It's those dang trolls, dude. I'm gonna say this. This is kind of unconnected to the video, but trolls will make you a worse person. I genuinely believe that you will be a worse person because of trolls. Internet trolls, internet trolling, it'll make you a worse person. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. Um, yeah, no, it's really horrible to see. I've seen people's lives, not personally, but like on the internet, people's lives get ruined by 4chan or by Twitter, and it's really horrible. And that's why I hate all social media. Not all social media, but like you know.
often egregious in nature, were posted all over his comment section and being shared with people he followed.
Oh, wait, was that a birthday? Wait, dangerous? Yeah, no, you can't. Well, it's not his real name, but that's going a little too
and being
far.
shared
If that was AI, I'm pretty sure that
with
can't
his,
be
often
AI.
egregious in nature, were
Well, it says April 1st. If this was in 2024, then they might have the accessibility to like an AI voice of Pharrell, but if they don't, no, it's just horrible any way you cut it.
posted all over his comment section and being shared with
Like, like
people he followed.
the family photo. Are you kidding me? Yeah, like,
This continued for a while.
it's just very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. I like you have to.
His identity was still relatively concealed beside his online alias. Not much was known about his personal life. However, all of this was about to change. On March 15th, 2022, there was an alleged data breach where users from an Irony Discord server that went by the aliases Zany Visual, Keef, Monk, and Corium found his personal information by reverse image searching his mugshots that he had posted on his Twitter page, which redirected to his arrest article and his real name.
No. I was gonna say we have to get these people locked up, but I mean, I'm pretty sure those photos are just public data. So I mean, it is. I don't know if it's. I'm pretty sure it's technically doxing, but that's public information. A police makes a arrest and has a report, they do have the liberty to just give public information or give this information out to the
And
public.
subsequently, his family, home address, workplace, and even phone numbers.
Okay, that's I have no idea how they got that.
His family, home article, and his real name. And subsequently, his family.
I don't know. I guess that there's sites that provide that information. Also, I have to give it up to the editors for blurring the faces of Perel's family. Very respectable. I'm sure that there's an unedited version, but once again, respect to everyone here except for the two people who are actually online are blurred.
Home address, workplace, and even phone numbers. This information was shared across multiple Discord servers that memes with his real name began to surface all over the internet. Following this, all his personal data was leaked online.
Ducks, what? Duckspin. Yeah, like I appreciate I appreciate that dislike. Don't appreciate at his family members. That's sick. That's just a sick individual. How? Why would you care so much about one person who's just trying to like live their life, dude? Like I don't get people. You want to be me so bad. I don't know what this guy's talking about, but that's just horrible. Stay anonymous.
His failed company websites on his Facebook bio were hacked from someone trying to buy the domain and replace it with uncropped pornographic videos from his OnlyFans for all of his family and friends to see. Consequently,
it's horrible. That's like
he, his wife, and even parents began receiving endless phone calls messages, and even threats. It got to a point where his wife had to go private 2 hours after the doxing. He allegedly even asked his parents to remain vigilant due to the constant threat of trolls actually going through with what they said online or over the phone.
yeah, because death threats do happen, which I don't get. That's an actual crime, but because people online like to stay anonymous, it's very hard for them to get persecuted, and because of the massive people who are giving out death threats, usually when a doxing happens, it's pretty impossible to track all of them down and then to arrest all of them for giving out a death threat. So it's really horrible stuff, and I'm really sad that this had to happen to Perel. Once again, he did nothing wrong. He's just a good person who decides to make videos, decides to make content, and and because he was very expressive in his videos, bad things are just happening. It's really sad. It's really sad to see.
Dreamybull started posting rants on Twitter about his personal information being leaked and his loved ones being threatened. However, the doxing continued.
Yeah, me personally, I would try and stay radio silent. I think that feeding into social media at this point, especially when there's a large amount of trolls, it's very important to try and not because all the information is already leaked. Um, but you're gonna want to just like stay close to your loved ones, stay kind of try and stay protective, and because I don't think that there's anything can or will happen. There could be internet sympathy, which sometimes happens, but I don't know.
With people even showing up to his house, ordering pizzas to his address, sending gorilla feces in the mail, and permanently shutting down his wife's nail salon by decreasing the rating from
That's horrible.
4.8 stars to 3 stars by leaving harsh 1 star.
Oh, you how Okay, yeah, that's bad. But how do you lose your? How does a three-star nail salon place go out of business for going from 4.8 to 3 star? Like 3 stars is okay. It's not the worst. It's like it's fine. If it was a 1 star, then I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to this place. But 3 stars, that's manageable. Pretty sure I ate at a 3 stars restaurant once, probably Olive Garden. I was like, all right, that's fine. Like I didn't think that was like a big deal, but I don't know. But yeah, no, this is
Pressing
horrible.
continued,
What
with people
who
even
which
showing up to his
I don't
house,
know
ordering
what
pizzas to his address.
humanly like person would do this and then like this is horrible. This is horrible. This is abhorrent. And this is cruel
Sending
to
gorilla
one
feces
person.
in the mail, and permanently shutting down his wife's nail salon by decreasing the rating from 4.8 stars to 3 stars by leaving harsh 1-star.
So they did a terrible job on my sister's nails. They were making a new style. I'm about to which is an African sigil design. They did not do a good job though.
Reviews.
The owner's hub's been okay. Like that's disrespectful. The other one was disrespectful. They made me. Yeah, no, that foot mas. The owner's husband. Yeah, yeah,
There's also
okay.
been
Just very rude. Like I don't know what encourages people to go out of their day and then to actively make another person's life worse. I'm not at that level of being a hater.
several
I'm not at
pictures
that
of
point.
Dreamy and his wife, along with 2 other children, circulating around the internet. Despite Dreamy claiming them to be his, those kids aren't his biological children.
I thought that they were. I'm gonna be honest. Whenever I saw Perel with his children, I thought that those were his biological children. But
They're from Susanna's previous relationships. We did manage to reach out to her son's father, and this is what he had to say about Dreamy.
okay, so wait, they did or the
Aren't
internet?
his biological children. They're from Susanna's previous relationships. We did manage to reach out to her.
We did. So Dreamybull Weekly News has reached out to the ex-husband. It doesn't. I've never seen him with his
son's
kids.
father, and this is
It's
what he
interesting.
had to say about Dreamy.
Having an OnlyFans doesn't make you an entrepreneur.
It kind of does though. Let's look up the definition of an entrepreneur. I don't know how to spell that shit. Yeah. Characterized by taking the financial risk in the hope of profit, entrepreneurizing. You are taking a risk when you make that kind of content, both in the sense that, you have to engage, you have to buy cameras and lights and, you know, other materials to make your videos good. And, sometimes sometimes you can have actors. You usually don't, but sometimes you do. And also, yeah, it's a financial risk. Somewhat. It's not a huge financial risk, but there is a financial risk in you having to buy proper equipment for your videos.
It makes
So,
you an internet hoe.
like once again, very disrespectful. I have to appreciate. I have to appreciate the work.
To each his own. Do what you got to do to get your paper, but just saying, internet hoe shit.
Once again, I don't know. Maybe the ex-husband of Peralta's wife is a good person, but from this interview, it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's very disrespectful to Perel, even though he looks like he's a good father. But I don't know. I'm biased. I personally like
Do
Perel,
to get
but
your paper, but just saying, internet hoe shit.
yeah, like once again. I respect the work that the people who do this business do. Yeah, no, I mean it's relatively brave. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. I can't do it, but once again, I have to respect it.
Being a Christian, but also using religion as a fear tactic, but then trying to highlight certain sins, but not all sins, is hypocritical as fuck.
That I do think that it is very strange. With Pharrell being a Christian and doing what he does, it's it's very strange to see that. However, I can see I could see no it's really hard to see. I do have my perspective of being a Christian um and kind of like in interpretations of the Bible, you can do that, I guess. Because like at the end of the day, or at least when I was done with whatever the hell I was doing, um, you can interpret the Bible in any way, and the Bible says a lot of information. Just in general, it's not like a categorized. You have to do this, you have to do that. It's kind of just like a mashup of different passages, and some of the passages are really nuanced. They have different things. Once again, I'm not too into the Bible. I only took one college class on it, but um, once again, the let me check the time real quick. Cause okay, good. We're making good time because the Bible is it's nuanced. So I can see how it's like. All right, well, sure. Once again, it is. I'm pretty sure what this is technically a sin. But you know, I don't know what Perel's view of it is. So yeah.
Like, you can't do some gay shit and then try to come at somebody or tell them about lying when, like, bro, your sin ain't no different from the sin. A sin is a sin regardless if they going by the Bible.
I that's a different perspective from what I thought he was going to say. He's talking about mostly being gay, which by the way, that is incorrect. Pharrell is not gay. He is a straight man. Since he has a wife, he he is a straight man. I thought that he was going to go at him for the content that he made, which I think would be a valid criticism, but instead he's going for Peralta's potential homosexuality, which is blatantly incorrect. So let me listen to that again.
Can't do some gay shit and then try to come at some.
Yeah, and I don't know. Even though that the Bible does say you can't lay with two men, uh, and you'll I forgot what it says specifically, but it's like you'll get smitten or something. God isn't like that. Um, I'm not gonna go into theology, what I think, because I think that's kind of too away from the message or from the reaction, and I also don't have all my thoughts together on that subject. But I do think that this is kind of like a weak subject. I do know that there are some people um, who are semi-Christian or believe in religion and are homosexuals themselves. So I don't know. Don't like this argument.
Somebody
Um,
or tell them about lying when, like, bro, your sin ain't no different from a sin. A sin is a sin regardless if they going by the Bible. So just watch out who you let try to push that narrative. This shit's weird.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure you just said that homosexuality is weird. You're a legend, dude. Don't think so. Um, keep it over there and enjoy your newborn. What is this conversation with? For real, he posts nasty shit on his Twitter with a whole family. He stole he stole money from me too. Who is this? Perel. I can't even imagine what you're going through because of him. We're all rooting for you. I know dude's a weirdo, but who are you? If this Perel messaging me N-word, you're definitely weird as fuck. I'm not Pharrell. You are aware he's a viral meme, right? By the way, I now fully disrespect this documentation. They are 100% going against Pharrell. This may be a hit piece on Pharrell. They should lose the title of Dreamybull Weekly News. They do not like Pharrell. They have said it themselves. You're a legend. For really post some nasty shit on Twitter. Um, they do not like Pharrell. And once again, I don't think that he does this kind of content anymore. But once again, they don't like Pharrell at all. And you know what? I want once again I don't like this documentation. But we're gonna move on. I don't think it's right. He's living with children in the house. I guess so, but you know, children do go to school. So you know that's there's a lot of making fun of him. I was going to make a YouTube video about the meme, and he agreed to do an interview for it. So I sent him $150, and he ended up scamming me. Okay, well that's a different subject. If he promised to do an interview, it is a very um it's very bad that he just didn't show up whatsoever. But I would have made that apparent prior to saying this that you've reached out to him multiple times and Pharrell just didn't reach back out after you gave him the $150. But you know, to each their own. Kind of makes sense because he was 5 larceny felonies. I don't think it's right. Yeah, okay, we already read that. I don't much about him besides sticking cucumbers up his for views. For real, and it bothers me how he claims your son's son as his. All right. We're still making a documentary about him. Here's the trailer in case you want to check it out. Yeah, what the f you like this thumbnail is horrible. I really
On the
hate Dreamybull.
30th of October,
Lose your name. Lose your you have no respect having that name. Lose it. If you don't like the man, lose the name. Go for another name. It's very misleading to have Dreamybull Weekly News while hating the man.
2022, Dreamybull tweeted about the FBI allegedly turning up to his front door because of a tip they received alleging his involvement as a prime suspect in a nearby grocery store shooting. After questioning him and Dreamybull explaining the situation, he was finally ruled out as a suspect. However, him getting swatted was only the beginning of the harassment to come.
So swatting is a crime first and foremost. And I hate people who squat. I hate doxing crimes altogether. Because I think that the people who do them are really not horrible, but they're just like the shittiest, lowliest fucking people of the world. Whoever does it. Zoom bombings. I do remember this phase. This was like 2020, even though I'm pretty sure we're past 2020. But this is very 2020 because you know Zoom is a more prominent thing. There are other people who was used or who were used during the Zoom bombings. You know, but
Zoom,
Dreamybull was definitely a person who had contributed, not contributed, but who was like
software program developed by Zoom Video Communications.
presented.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a spike in the use of Zoom for remote work, distance education, and online social relations. The increase led to Zoom being one of the most downloaded mobile apps worldwide in 2020, with over 500 million downloads and over 300 million daily meeting participants. Zoom has been used by banks, schools, universities, and government agencies around the world. And this unfortunately led to the widespread phenomena known as Zoom bombing or Zoom raiding. According to Wikipedia, Zoom bombing is the unwanted disruptive intrusion, generally by internet trolls, into a video conference call. In a typical Zoom bombing incident, a
Also, I want to point out that they got the term of Zoom bombing from Wikipedia, but they got the term of thug not from the Oxford Dictionary, but or another dictionary, but from the Urban Dictionary, which is the worst and the last place you should go for your definitions.
Conferencing session is hijacked by the insertion of material.
I'm not saying that Wikipedia is any. Well, no, Wikipedia is better. It's you're most likely to get a better answer, even though anyone can make a Wikipedia page. You are more likely to get a good answer from Wikipedia than you are to get from the Urban Dictionary because it just has some really stupid definitions.
That is lewd, obscene, or racist in nature, typically resulting in the shutdown of the session. The term is especially associated and is derived from the name of the Zoom video conferencing software program. But it has also been used to refer to the phenomenon of on other video conferencing platforms. The term became popularized in 2020 when the COVID-19 pandemic forced many people to stay at home, and video conferencing came to be used on a large scale by businesses, schools, and social groups. Towards the end of 2022, the "I'm about to come" meme, which by that point had gained a significant amount of recognition, was weaponized and used to Zoom bomb meetings, such as university.
Where did they get that animation from?
Was weaponized and used to.
Where does this come from?
Zoom bomb meetings.
Where did they find this?
Such as
really
university lectures.
Also, I like that transition. Yeah, that's.
Seminars.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. Imagine being in a public area. But by the way, I when I did school back in high school, I think it was my sophomore year and my freshman year. I was fully online. In my junior year, I came back and there was no Zoom or Google Classroom meetings or whatever. So I never like got close to getting in a Zoom bombing session. But imagine you go out in public, there's mandates for COVID-19. You sit down and you're like, okay, I'm gonna learn. It's hard for everyone because there's differences and there's changes uh, to help stop the spread or to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And every time, especially in prime 2020, you're taking a risk of getting the virus, the coronavirus, and so you're going out and it's like you're prepared and you're determined to learn, and then you just hear this. That's crazy.
And more.
That's insane. That's insane. I think that would be the last time I would go out in public. I'd wait until 2022. Quite frankly.
Recently, even court proceedings.
Like, who in this situation is like I'm assuming that it's someone who has a link to the Zoom meeting, but imagine it's like the defendant or something like that, or like a witness does this. That's yeah no like that'd be my reaction. You're in a public setting, and then this comes on screen. That's that's horrible. I don't even. I'm pretty sure this is illegal. I'm pretty sure it's illegal. I can't say for certain, but I'm pretty sure it's illegal.
Recorded and circulated on Discord and TikTok. Trolls would join these meetings in the pretext of being a member or spectator and then use the raise hand feature on Zoom, which would let them speak, and when given access to the video and audio feature, play NSFW videos of Dreamybull and other gay pornographic
Thank you, Melvin.
material, such as the erotic barber, often to incite a reaction from shock value.
Yes, this type of humor is kind of just trash. I don't think I've once laughed at a Zoom bombing incident. These are just it's more just shock humor, which I think shock humor is probably the lowest domination of humor. I I don't think that I've ever laughed at jock humor, except for Smiling Friends. Actually, I'm not gonna say I've ever laughed at. I've never laughed at jock humor. Smiling Friends, I think, is a good example of jock humor done right. But other than that, shock humor kind of just it's not my type of thing to watch. Um,
Criminal
yeah.
court proceedings, which were temporarily shifted to Zoom because of the pandemic, were raided with Dreamybull videos, which the judge and police officers were forced to watch. More recently, the court appearance of an Atlanta rapper, Jeffrey Lamar Williams, better known as Young Thug, who was charged in
Yeah,
a
it's Young Thug.
56-count racketeer influenced and corrupt organizations act, who had been in jail for the months preceding the appearance, was raided with graphic nudity, predominantly of Brandon Currington, but also clips of Dream.
Bro, he looked so he
Raided
looks
with
so
graphic
pissed.
nudity, predominantly of Brandon
Dude,
Currington, but also
actually no, he looks confused. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
clips of Dreamybull. This caused major
Yeah.
hip-hop news outlets such as XXL and also went viral all over Twitter and TikTok.
Why are there Chinese flags here? Zoom bombing Young Thug's courtroom meeting.
A pornographic video popped up on all of the court screens. I believe this was happening during a Zoom session with other attorneys, but I don't think anyone expected a naked guy to pop up with a message that said "Free Young Thug." Have you ever seen anything like that?
Now that I think about it, is Young Thug free? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Young Thug's free. Yes, Young Thug is free. Cool. I'm glad that Young Thug is now amongst the populace. I don't actually remember what he was detained for.
Because that's not great.
But
Dreamybull reacted to the incident negatively.
you know what? You know what? Valid crash. I do think that's a lame joke, but yeah. Everyone keep calling me and tagging me about this Young Thug trial. I don't know what's going on. I was in Atlanta. I'm assuming ATL is Atlanta. Oh wait, this is the barber. Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, him and his friend, they're kind of faded nice. He's actually a pretty good barber. Maybe I should probably get my next haircut by this guy. Atlanta getting the money, but since you reading this, click on my link. Not gonna click on your link, thank you.
All and everything. I don't know what's going on. And then I just know, I guess the little crowd thing going on, and my little naked shit done popped up with me swinging me. But they ain't had shit to do with me. Young Thug on no smoke, bro.
In addition to these, several streamers on live streaming platforms known as Twitch have been victims of these raids too.
I'm getting hypnotized right now. Speed is. By the way, you gotta love the green collar. That's a classic one.
Oh my god. What?
Oh, wait. Oh, I don't think that was censored on I Show Speeds' thing. I think he ended his stream right there. The fall of Dreamybull, once again, don't think that there is a fall, but maybe there is. Maybe there's information that I don't know. Maybe he got into financial ruin. Because I think that there's a rise in Perel, and I think that he's doing really well for himself now.
In January 2023, I reached out to Dreamybull on Twitter and asked him to do a short paid interview for the production of this documentary. After he agreed to do it for $150, I sent him the money via Cash App, and he acknowledged the receipt of the payment and said he would get back to me as soon as possible. However, I soon realized that he was not going to follow through with his promise. I sent several follow-up messages to him since he was ignoring me, and he told me he would do the interview on a Friday that week. However, he eventually stopped responding to me altogether, and eventually blocked me, resulting in me losing $150.
The thing is that I know that that's very disrespectful, but what's the chances that Perel saw what Dreamybull Weekly News has done, seen what that he doesn't host Perel in a positive light and instead a negative light, and realizes that perchance this could going on and doing an interview could be damaging to his reputation. Since it's not even in a positive light, it's not well, or he doesn't have a good representation. So maybe not taking this interview would be like what I'm saying is that it could be like a Keemstar situation where it's like going and doing this interview would make it worse for him. So like I think that he should have refunded the money and just said, sorry, I'm not doing an interview with you. Um, but once again, if my line of reasoning and thinking are correct, I don't blame Pharrell for not taking this interview.
I created a new account and commented on his tweets asking him to return my money if he was not going to do the interview.
Bitch, I want my motherfucking money back!
He responded by saying that he did not block my first account and that it was his manager who did. He promised to refund the money, but he ghosted me again despite sending him multiple DMs about the money. He blocked that account as well. After several attempts to get him to either refund the money or do the interview, it was clear that he had no intention of fulfilling his promise. As a result, I created a TikTok video exposing him, which garnered over 1 million views and 100,000 likes and led to a chain reaction of people posting about it. One stream.
Yeah, once again, I think that this is probably the worst thing that Pharrell has done. And I don't want to play. Sorry, like this is bad. This is horrible. I would have refunded the money. If that's what I would have did. But it's $150. Like there are no. I'm not gonna compare this to other situations where people have lost more money, and it was more devastating. Um, yeah, no, I'm just not. I just would have refunded the money. I think that's Perel's biggest mistake as of current, and also doing those crimes in larceny. I think that's also a pretty
Dreamybull
big
saw
deal.
what I had posted, he unblocked and DM'd me again. This time he claimed that Twitter page I was talking to wasn't him, even though it was indeed him. When I showed him the screenshots, he changed his story and said that it was his manager who I had spoken to and that the Cash App account was not his.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, yeah. I also do believe in some respect that Perel was just lying here. I do think that he took the money, but then I don't know. But I also don't know his I don't know.
The Cash App account just talking to wasn't him, even though it was indeed him. When I showed him the screenshots, he changed his story and said that it was his manager who I had spoken to and that the Cash App account was not his.
Yeah, yeah. This does seem to be Pharrell lying here. I think he's lying. He's doing his old tricks in getting money, taking iPhones and stuff.
No bullshit, bro.
The Cash App account was his, as it was listed on his website, which he has since taken down after changing the profile picture and cash tag. Upon confronting him about this, he said that he'd report me to the FBI and $150 is a penny to what he's worth. This is quite obviously a lie because of the leaked phone call where he claims to be in debt because of weed with his wife.
Damn well. If that's the case.
Yeah, he's in debt because of weed. Yeah, but I would have just returned the money. I mean, as I said, or at least I think I said he might have been, or maybe I was thinking of it, but I would imagine, or he could be in a financial problem, so he might have just already spent the money, and because he's in debt, it's like, well, I don't have any money to give. If I was him, once again, I would have just given back the money, said, hey, I don't want to do the interview, because once again, uh, these guys obviously don't like Dreamybull. I don't think that they liked him from the get-go. Um, so.
We can't be going over your friend's house sacrificing our own weed. You see what I'm saying? We can't be sharing our weed, especially if I'm buying all of it, most of it. We can't be sharing our weed with other people. Point blank period. I'm not going over Collins to smoke.
Also, speaking of financial, what's it called? Financial literacy. You should get your priorities straight, and you should try to focus on things that are more important than, you know, substances like weed. I think that going into financial debt was a big mistake by Pharrell himself. Once again, that's all I'm saying. If I was him, I wouldn't do weed, especially since he has children. I'm pretty sure most people can agree that when you have children, you should probably start to calm down, even if the children aren't his, because I don't know how his children are, if it's like joint custody, or if it's just the children live with Pharrell. From what I thought, I thought that the children lived with Pharrell, but it might be joint custody from what the ex-boyfriend was saying. But whatever.
My thing is, it's very taxing and it costs a lot. Therefore, I'm not going over Collins with my own weed anymore. We need weed for ourselves. So you know what I'm saying?
Like, once again, you do not need weed. That is not a necessity. That's a want. You have to get your necessities, uh, your wants and your need, your necessities and your wants separated. A weed is not a necessity. That's a want. Um, and like, I'm not a buzz killer. You can do whatever. It's just that I'm not going to go into debt for like a Nintendo Switch. You should make smart financial decisions. From what it sounds like, Perel isn't in a good financial situation. You shouldn't be wasting, or you shouldn't be using your money on things that aren't an absolute necessity. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is very taxing, and if I don't have any money, we cannot smoke. Period.
Once again, why? You know what? You got me. I know where this video is from. Why was it posted here? Why was it posted here? I don't I don't get it. And like, once again, smoking is not a necessity. Like, it's something fun that you could do. It's a pastime. But really, you should be putting your money towards necessities and savings. Which, if they had that already in check, they would probably be able to give that $150 back to these guys, and then everything would be clear, and a smear campaign or a second smear campaign would be done with the people who made this
I understand
documentation.
that, however, it is very taxing. Either we buy our
Yeah,
own
yeah.
or
It,
start
it, it was
smoking because it
posted
costs
to
too
where I
much.
thought, why? Who's watching this? Who's
And if we don't have any, we don't smoke. Period. Sharing.
Why is she crying? Yeah, valid, valid. I have to put it in terms of in my own terms. If I was told that I couldn't play Super Mario Maker 3 on the Nintendo Switch 2 because we don't have enough money for Switch Online for 12 months, including uh uh including the family pack, I'd be crying too. This would be me. I gotta stop hating.
Is nice. I just did not want to share my weed that I spent.
And the weed is like an allegory, or at least for me, I'm thinking in terms of Nintendo Switch 2. Is like sharing the Nintendo Switch 2.
$100 and some to go over there and spend my last, or to smoke my last with Colin and them. I did not want to do that. I did not want to go over Collins to smoke my weed. I could have smoked that here with you because that was our last. I bought that and I did not.
Also, weed smells like shit. I would not smoke weed inside my house. I'd smoke it outside. But I don't know. Maybe I've just come into encounters with horrible weed. So
Feel right for you to ask me if we have weed that you didn't buy to go over there. You also have to understand that it is my money that's paying for most of the stuff for the wedding. I can't keep buying weed. You see what I'm saying?
Say something about wedding.
Paying for most of the stuff for the wedding. I can't keep right for you to ask me if we have weed that you didn't buy to go over there. You also have to understand that it is my money that's paying for most of the stuff for the wedding. I can't keep...
They are going through a wedding. Once again, priorities. Priorities, priorities, priorities. I feel like the money for the wedding should have already been set aside for the wedding, and you shouldn't be, you know, getting money currently to it doesn't make sense because I don't know. I don't know. I'm also not like a finance major or economics major, so I don't know,
You
Jack.
see what I'm saying? I've got stuff to pay for the wedding. Your stuff, to be exact.
Oh, this is Perel. I thought that this was the wife.
My stuff. I can't keep paying.
Also, who's recording this? Why did it, who? How did this leak?
I've got to get your stuff and my stuff for this wedding that's coming up in a few months, and this is taxing. Sharing.
Yeah, like once again, that's not what I would have did. I would have put money aside for the wedding, or taken out a loan and had a plan to pay off that loan. That maybe like with like a credit card, but like that's not what I would have did.
It's taxing. You have to consider that I have to get your stuff and my stuff for the wedding. You see what I'm saying? It is very, very, very taxing when I have to double it, or we run out, or we got to share with friends, and now I got to buy more so we can spend. But guess what? Ain't putting no down payment, another payment on the ring. You know what I mean? There's more priorities than just smoking weed. So I feel like if you want to smoke weed, buy your own. If I smoke weed, I buy my own. But it's taxing when we got to double it. You know, I'm putting all the money for the bill. And that's not a complaint, but you got to think that Perel's got to pay for my diamond ring. Perel's got to pay for certain...
Wait, he engaged. He proposed to his wife without a ring? Or is he paying off a ring?
Gotta double it. You know, I'm putting all the money for the bill. And that's not a complaint, but you gotta think that Perel's gotta pay for my diamond ring.
Yeah, he has to pay for my diamond ring. So he didn't buy the ring yet. It's really, I feel like in most situations you buy the diamond ring before you propose. Maybe they had like a stand-in ring, and now Perel's buying another diamond ring.
Perel's
So
gotta pay for certain things for this wedding. Perel's gotta pay for his own stuff. So it's very taxing when I gotta double it to share. I feel like, okay, you buy the small amount you can buy, and if you smoke it all, that's it. I buy the small amount that I can buy, and we smoke it all, that is it. But I just want some consideration, thinking, okay, Perel has to spend a lot of money in the next month so that we can get married. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, I look for that consideration when we share with friends or split it. It's like, it's expensive, and most of it is coming out of my pocket. Yes, we know you got to make money. Yes, we know you started working. Yes, we know you can contribute, but that's not the point. There's more better priorities than weed.
that is so true.
That we can't afford.
That is also so
I just
true.
want you to hear me out, because you got to think. Perel's got to buy my wedding band. Perel's got to buy this. Perel's got to buy this. There's things that's coming up at the end of the month that Perel has to buy so that we can get married, and so that other things could happen. I got to buy my stuff. And buying weed is taxing, especially when it's doubled so you can share. It is so expensive, and it's burning a hole in my pocket. Like that $80, that $100, or whatever it is, can be spent on a down payment on your wedding band. You see what I'm saying? The priorities, I think, for us is off.
Okay, so it's like some kind of like loan thing.
And the fact of the matter is, if we want to smoke, we need to buy our own.
Yeah, so the $150 has probably been used up. If I were to guess.
Married, which takes a lot of money, plus birthdays, plus holidays. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking at money. It's taxing. We are in debt because of weed. We can't
Yep, yeah. So that $150, knowing Perel, knowing the financial situation, it's gone. That $150 is gone. Sadly, these people who worked on this video did get scammed. There will be no interview. I would have probably interviewed them because, you know, like how bad could it possibly be? But you know,
What we're supposed to pay for because we keep spending stuff on stuff that we ain't got to spend money on. We in debt. Oh well, I feel like if we ain't got none, we ain't got none. Shoot, I buy my own. Buy your own. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. You see what I'm saying?
what's that? What is that? Is that a blunt or?
Despite the evidence against him, he continued.
What was that? What was he? What is he doing? It's not what I think it is. Because that's way too.
Ain't got none. Shoot, I buy my own. Buy your own. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. You see what I'm saying?
It can't be what I think it is because that's way too abrupt. Doesn't make any sense. But I don't have any context, and I'm not looking this up, so.
Despite the evidence against him, he continues to deny any wrongdoing and even goes as far as to blame his manager for his unethical behavior.
Yeah, obviously you don't want to be caught with your pants down, but you know, yeah, he used that $150 and he was like, and seeing these people, he was like, I don't want to do an interview with these guys, and I already spent the $150, and I have to put money into weddings, birthdays, other things. So he's really in a rock and a hard place. So
It's disappointing to see someone with such a large following take advantage of people in this way.
he's not taking advantage. Listen, he's not taking advantage of you. Like 100. Like okay. Knowing what I know, and I feel like knowing what the documentarian knows, it's really at the worst, it's scummy. But I don't think that like he's taking advantage of his fans. If he was taking advantage of his fans, then there'd be some kind of coin. You reach out to him. He's not like saying, guys, you have to go into um I'm about to coin and I'm about to coin and what's it called? And invest in this and you're not gonna get scammed. That is taking advantage of your fan base. He's taking advantage of you specifically because you reached out to him. Um, now, I'm not gonna say that if I reach out to him and ask for an interview that he wouldn't use the money, but I think labeling it as he doesn't care about his fans or he's misusing his fans, I think is misleading.
After that TikTok had blown up, Dreamybull was officially canceled.
Do not think so. I've seen when was this?
And led to Dreamy receiving a ton of backlash.
This was 2024. I've seen clips of Pharrell. Um, my friend Sean, he also likes Pharrell. I don't think he's canceled, nor is in um horrible graces with the internet. As you can also see, these aren't canceled numbers. 6 likes, 5 likes, 5 likes.
Dreamybull was officially canceled.
It, what was that? 7 likes, 24 views.
Dreamybull was officially canceled.
I can't see that because that's way too blurred. 5 likes, 7 likes, 6 likes. These aren't canceled numbers. These are like, okay, you did a bad thing, and a good amount of people hate you. It's not like in like the worldwide perception of the internet, or at least from this screenshot, it's not in the worldwide perception of the internet that they hate Perel.
And led to Dreamy receiving a ton of backlash on his Twitter and Instagram comments from a large group of fans that were.
And stop scamming people. He scammed one person. I mean, it's still bad. It's still bad, right? don't scam people. I would have taken the interview because you're in a rock and a hard place. I don't like these people. I don't like the documentation that they're doing. The documentation that they're doing is very bad. It's not performed expertly. They only interviewed one person, and they do not like Pharrell. They dislike Pharrell. However, because you really don't have any other choice because you already used that $150. Morally, you should just take the interview. Um, and I think that's what he should have done. But it's far too late. I think that doing it now wouldn't really change anything. So maybe it would. I don't know.
Angry and disappointed at him, and Dreamy rapidly deleting any comment.
Like you're a well,
Angry and
let me
disappointed at
read
him.
this one. You're a horrible human being. All you do is shove up your and scam. All he wanted it to do was a 5 minute interview, just 5 minutes. But instead of the interview, you spent 5 minutes shoving up your ugly. Nobody likes you. Really rude. Really like. Man, I hate the internet.
Deleting
Read off the
any
internet.
comment that mentioned the scam and blocked the user. But once Dreamy realized how much people were after him, he decided to announce he's shutting his Twitter down for good only to be back the very next day.
That's a good bruh. Well, unfortunately, I have to complete this page up for proof of cyberbullying slash stalking. That's fair, I guess. Taking legal actions against people. Once again, I do think overall um Pharrell did scam this one person, but whatever.
This did not stop him from being canceled, as people managed to track down the gym he goes to from the video he posted on his Just for Fans of him publicly masturbating in the corner of the stretching room. And since indecent exposure is against the
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's that's actually really horrible. I hate videos of like yeah, no, that you can't do that.
law in the state of North Carolina, a group of vigilantes decided to take matters into their own hands.
Also, this game sucked. Oh, I think that this game's called like Arkham Knights. No one liked that game. The game like had like one playthrough from or the most I saw was one game through from Moist Critical, and then it was never talked about again. It was a complete failure. I don't even know what it's about.
By emailing the video to the gym in hopes of Dreamy getting banned and his membership repealed. This was confirmed by a prank call posted by a TikTok user who goes under the name @bugstreet, where he called Dreamy to inquire about his fitness training program.
Hello?
Hello?
Is this bro?
Hey, yes, sir.
Yeah, I have some, like, questions in the gym, so, like, where will the
Also, should pick a different image,
location be?
but
Sure. So what gym are you member at? It depends on, I'm not a member at Club Fitness. That's the one on Tryout, right?
How many clients you got right now?
I got like 25.
25?
Yeah.
Are most of them...
that's a reference. That's a reference, but not gonna say what or when.
From, the Twitter? The tweet that I saw?
No.
No. Alright, we should...
I rarely get any real inquiries off of Twitter. So I just have people,
Yeah, because
locally.
every time I go on
that
your
I know.
Twitter, it's just like people replying like weird stuff. Like I don't know what's the deal about that too. That's pretty weird.
By the way, it was already said that this guy's obviously a troll.
Sorry, what?
Nah, on your Twitter, there's people like replying with like weird stuff about you.
Oh man, I don't know anything about that.
Like it's like memes and stuff, bro. It's weird.
Okay, so the clients. So here's what I want to get to. Are you wanting to talk about dreamy stuff, or do you want to talk about fitness stuff?
Yeah. Okay, once again, if you're inquiring about fitness in a fitness trainer, you don't go into very personal information, or at least if you're going into very personal information, it should be related to fitness. This is just a bad attempt by the troll because like I don't know why you would say, oh yeah, there's some stuff in whatever.
Okay, good, because that sort of stuff and who I am,
Is that
alias
like
wise.
because there's like on TikTok too, like I randomly saw a video like yesterday and I was like, that's crazy.
Hey man, hey man. I'm about to train a client. I'm not trying to do an interview about what you see on the internet.
Yeah, like once again, you're trying to get buff. You're not trying to interview your trainer about like, oh, dang, uh, did you used to did you used to run for governor or something? Like, get to the point, man.
Bottom line is, I offer you a service, and if you don't want to accept the service, I can get somebody else.
Alright, let's talk about fitness.
Also, I don't know if they brought up that Burrell was a trainer, but he definitely could qualify for one. One of these days, I'd love for Burrell to spot me.
Sorry?
Yeah, let's talk about fitness.
He's gonna say fitness dick in your mouth.
No, you're fine. I just want to make sure we stand on track.
Alright. I also got another question, bro. Why the fuck do you jerk off in the gym, bro? Why do
The that's a valid question. I don't know why he did this. That's indecent exposure.
you jerk off in the gym?
Is this okay? So I'm gonna make sure that this is not a conversation that
Bro,
you're not a qualified client.
alright, this is my reaction to that information.
That's okay. He called back 5 minutes later. He said he will turn me over to the police over a joke. Yeah, no, I don't know if you can do that. Yeah, no, I don't know if you can do that really, but.
You're gonna turn to the police while you were jerking off. You were jerking off in the gym. You were jerking.
Don't waste my time, people. I literally spent 20 minutes of useless conversation with a prospective. What does that mean? Instead of signing up for a fitness trainer, they were harassing me about my SWR content. Don't know what that means. Good thing they called me. I know their name, wrong there, and where they go to gym. Let's file this report. This is a season of justice. Once again, I don't approve of the Saul Goodman crime. But yeah, no, this is two things. So I think that the hate is valid now. Um, Second prank call. All right. Also, like you don't have to show, or at least I don't think you have to show like this in detailed information. I mean, I guess it's good for documentation reasons. You don't have to show this. That is, I don't
Bro, shut the
appreciate
fuck up, bro.
that being shown.
Answer me this time, bro. Don't end the call.
Yes, this is the sheriff's department.
Yeah, I saw some, on, yo, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Answer me this time, bro. Don't end the call, bro. Don't end the call. You fucking pussy.
Who am I talking to? You called the sheriff's department. Who am I speaking with?
What do you mean you call the sheriff's department? How is Pharrell's number linked with the sheriff's department? Why is Pharrell trying to pretend that he's a sheriff?
It's Dreamy, bitch. Suck my dick.
Here, check this call for me. Let's just check this call.
Dreamy, you got kids, bro. You got kids. Dreamy, you got kids, bro, and you're doing this. You're shitting in your porch.
Who is this? Because who is this? Who is this?
You.
I'm about to four-way you with the.
Okay, that's a pretty good caption. Huh? I'm not gonna lie. But I'm assuming that like after he did that video, he just cleaned up. Like once again, like me personally, I wouldn't make that kind of content near children. But I'm assuming for the best, and I'm assuming that while it's being made, the kids are at school because it looks like he's doing it at midday, And when he did that, he just cleaned up. So I don't think it's too freaky.
Do it, bro. Look at what you did, bro. You do this in public. You do this outside. You got no life.
Once again, that's inexcusable. I don't. Okay, the, why are people online so mean? What did the wife do? What did the wife do? Why is this person going at Perel? You can go at him for the scam. You can go at him for public indecency. I think those are valid reasons. Going for his loved ones, that's not valid. Like like this is that's just bullying. It is just bullying. You are bullying. It's
Your wife is ugly. She's
once again bullying. Like that automatically says this person is just not a good person in general. Those are derogatory claims. Very mean. Don't like it.
and your kids, bro. Those kids are not even yours.
All right.
Those aren't your real kids. You are a loser. You literally go in the bathroom and record yourself shitting for millions of people, bro. You got no life. You literally got no life. You're gonna call 911. Do that. I have so much proof of you doing way worse than whatever I'm doing. Apparently, you got no life. You got no life, bro.
Sure. All right. I think it gets a lot of things, or not a lot, but it gets a couple of things wrong. As I said, with the Urban Dictionary and Perel working at Microsoft, it's just sloppy, or from what I can see, it's sloppy research. These people obviously do have a stigma, which I'm pretty sure documentaries are supposed to be in a very neutral light. So some are in the actually no, I think that documentaries could be in a negative light, and this one definitely is. I don't believe that Perel is the worst person ever. In fact, well, hold on, let me look it up. Yeah. As I can see, I think. Yeah. Perel as of 2 years ago. So 2020. That can't be right because that's 2022. Or 2023. But I'm assuming. Yeah, that was 2024. Well, that's not when the video was made, I guess. It was just when it was uploaded, I think. So yeah, no, I don't think that this video has as much water. I'm pretty sure Perel is now seen in a very, not a very positive light, but I think he's seen in a relatively good light now. I don't think that there's a lot of hate against him. As I already said, he has done a interview with iShowSpeed, and he talked about his experience with what he did and how he was memed, and with iShowSpeed's Chica's incident. But yeah, and he also did an interview with Michael Willis, who is now dead. He has passed away, which I'm very sad about. But no, I didn't really like this documentary. God dang it. But yeah, no, I didn't really like this documentary that much. I thought that they could have done a better job with blurring. I thought that they could have done a better job with finding information. Especially with the what's it called? With that like month later, and working at Microsoft. I think that's just kind of sloppy. But for the most part, I guess what was said was right. I also don't. And I'm also speculating that the news people, excuse me, sorry. The news people had a negative light on Pharrell before, which is why I think that which is what I think contributed to them not giving an interview with Pharrell. But yeah, I would say change your name. You do not deserve that name. Move on. Do other things. I'm not gonna tell you what is it, like 4 people who worked on this. Um. 1, 2. So 3. I'm not gonna tell you 3 people to disband. But I would say if you want to make another documentary, God, if you want to make another documentary, be better, I guess. Find credible sources. Yeah. And that's it. I also think that online trolling pretty bad. And I'll mute the music while I talk about this. Online trolling really bad. And it's kind of a reminder that anything that that you upload online can stay on the internet forever. I'm not saying that it will, because there's a lot of information that, you know, I posted and then what's it called? Deleted, and no one remembers it. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. You're never gonna find me dancing to Mario, the Mario Remix 2012 song. Ever. You're never gonna find that. Or the video where I where I was in a bathtub with like a, what was it, like a pillowcase over my face, and it was like, what was that torture method? I don't know. I was like gagging on water and shit. You're never gonna find that, because you know. Yeah, but you know, once again, I'm glad that Pharrell is probably doing better. From what I've seen after this video, he is doing better. But yeah, hopefully this satisfies Sean's request for me to review this video. If I were to rate this video from, what is this? Yeah, CapCut. Yeah, yeah, no, I hope they disband. Truthful Rise and Fall of Cuckoo Call. Rise and, oh yeah, I also forgot to say, I am a biased reactor. I hate these rise and fall videos. I hate documentary videos. So my rating might be implanted in that, and also with the fact that I like Pharrell. I think he's a nice man. I think he's a family man, and that's something that I think was like kind of, it was kind of disregarded, because it's like, yeah, the kids aren't his biologically, but he's still a good father. You can still be a good father while not having those biological kids. I don't think that makes you a loser for caring about kids who aren't yours. I think that makes you an even better father, and it means that you have compassion for the youth. I think that's fair. I think that many people do that, and many stepdads do that, and I think that's really, that's not a bad thing. That's not something that people should be ashamed of. So I don't really get why the internet was kind of just hating on Pearl for that reason, but yeah. Now for my rating, it's a solid 6.7, I guess. No, but it was a 6.7. I don't really like how I used my time. Don't really like the video. But you know, it was well edited. I thought that some of the assets were good. For the most part, the information was right. But I think that they could have done a lot better with the blurring. They could have made it a lot more serious, and I would have liked a neutral take on Perel. If they made an update video, I'm not watching it. Don't like these people. They should lose their name. They should rebrand themselves into something else. Because it's kind of what's it called? It's misleading. But yeah.